Hey, hold on a second. He even brought the stamp. You know what I mean? He brought his stamp. He already official. So we're gonna tap into the show right now, and we'll go from there. You can watch it on YouTube, listen on Spotify, everything like that. So Jim Tech Podcast back in motion, baby. Come on. What up, though? This K Dean. We keeping it Midwest, but we report live from the West Coast on Live 365. It ain't Live 365 anymore. It's more Legit Bag Records, of course. We get a quick update or whatnot and what's been going on. Of course, I shifted. Everybody knows, the podcast and everything like that, and where I started out at and everything. But it's really evolved. With everything that I've done and all that, and now it's a full circle record company and full in the full motion, full swing of things. So, but today, I gotta step out of retirement because my boy is in town. My guy Landry-Edi,
yes, sir.
somebody who I've known since I was 18.
Yes,
and when I known you since I was 18, that means you got my full trust. I listened to you. And going from there, and one of them seasonal guys, man, come around to LA.
It's great, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, boy. It's been so many years. Like you say, we met back there in college, in the first years in college.
Yeah.
And this is what friendships is about. You just keep this tight people around you the rest of your life, and those people build you up and give you a lot of good advice and shit when shit is not great.
For sure.
For
sure. And to take it back, let me take a step back real quick and explain, Guy and everything. Anybody who kind of knows me knows that I don't really talk about basketball like that. I damn sure don't watch a whole lot of basketball like that anymore. Right. The game doesn't look the same to me, for real. Okay. With all the editing that I've done after college and everything like that. Yeah. And all the film, of course, that, more than anybody and when you play in college and everything like that, how much film you actually have to watch. The game don't look the same to us as the normal person.
I mean, it's very different from a fan perspective and actually a player perspective, because you have a tax, pretty much. Like, you have to know what that player does the best when he goes right, what he does the best when he goes left. You get into so much details that, when you watch the game and when people watch the game, they don't know how much work there is behind that. So it's very, very good work by like the coaches to kind of like give us those film. But you have to know, like, let's say 2-3 player of that team, so in case you guard them, what they do best or not, so and then you have to do that for every team, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of you have to be focused. So
we're gonna go back, man. I met Guy Landry when I was 17, 18 years old. My story is I played college ball. Of course, I wasn't eligible at the time to go right to Division I, even though I had Division I offers out of high school and everything like that. So I went JUCO, and in my second year of JUCO, ended up in Midland, Texas, playing for the #1 team in the country. And if you know anything about Midland, it's way in West Texas, but it's a special place because it's I mean, you could darn near make the argument that it's a Division I arena.
It's actually, a lot of people say that school should be D2 school instead of junior college.
Right.
A Division III school, because of the arena was definitely like a D1 arena.
Yeah, for sure it was. So I met Guy and we hung out a lot. We went to war out there, and tell them a little bit about you, man, and just your story and how you got there. I mean, because you're a standout, of course, still a professional and everything like that till this day.
Right.
I have a lot of respect for guys that have super long careers with this stuff because, at the end of the day, it's a skill in its own, keeping yourself up.
Definitely.
And when you play at a professional level, no matter where it is, it's a skill to essentially keep playing at a high level for a long time, which you have. So up to Midland, you a LA guy, you could kind of say, but of course your origin is
Paris, baby.
Paris,
You know?
France.
Yeah. Moved in LA in 2007, something like that. Just finished high school here. Then I went to Van Nuys High School and Seymour High School right here in the Valley. Then after that, it was a lot of, it was hard for them to transfer my grades, and so I had to go. Yeah, I had to go to a junior college, and obviously Midland was like probably the best junior college in the country. So
Right.
there was a lot of schools like yourself. You said a lot of schools give us the scholarship. USC, UCLA, being from LA here, so it was one of those schools I really wanted to go to at first. So, and it was a frustration not to be able to go right away to a D1 school,
Right.
and had to do the detour. But the focus was the same. The goal was the
Yeah.
same. Then went to Midland. We had a hell of a year there. Was #1 in the country, and everybody got a scholarship out of school.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
D1,
everybody
you know,
was.
and that was the beauty of it. And then you create relationship, friendship that stay for years, like we have. So so after that I went to Gonzaga. I made a choice to go to Gonzaga University out there in Washington, Spokane, Washington, you know.
We'll get into that.
Yeah,
in a
we
minute.
get into that. But after that, I have the opportunity to have a degree, graduate from college, which is something great, and also have the opportunity to play professional, after that. So, and it's been a blessing, I mean, I thank God above, to give him this blessing and to be able to play, this years out there. So,
Right.
so yeah.
Yeah. Back, going from high school out here in America, and going to JUCO, I remember hearing you had like a UCLA offer, you had a USC offer. I mean, you had everybody on you. And
It's crazy.
I'll just say roll the film real quick because that's what I'm about to do, and they'll see why. But yeah, man, that was crazy. I mean, stepping into like Midland, right? The type of caliber players that we played with there were, I mean, something that you don't see very often, even in the JUCO type of level,
that
right?
team, sorry to cut you off, but I think that team could have been a D1 team.
For sure.
Like we could play against USC, UCLA, all this college team, and be one of the top countries, one of the top school in the country, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we had guys that were coming there that were former Division I players taking a step back.
Want to transfer.
We had what, 4 JUCO All-Americans in our starting lineup. I think including yourself, because you're a JUCO All-American yourself.
Yeah.
That I know at least probably 2 of those years. Did you make the All-American team?
The second year.
The second year you made.
Not
Still, I mean, if you're All-American, you're All-American.
I made the All-American team.
Wow, so. Wow. But I mean, just a little bit of a recap there. I mean, we had Darrell Williams, Oklahoma State, Tyshawn Edmondson, who went to Austin P State, Division I school.
And he came from Clement.
Where did he come from? He came from St. John's.
St. John's,
yeah, St. John's in New York, which was a Big East school.
Yes, that's when the biggest was actually the Big East.
That's it. Right? Yeah, that wasn't. No, we're going to combine all the other schools to it.
That was the.
Of course, NBA player Jonathan Simmons, Brocky Payne, who went on to play.
Utah State.
Utah State. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, even the
Kenny
guys
Moore,
off the bench. Yeah, Kenny.
He went to Texas State.
Yeah.
That year, that
was
it, because after that it was us, and we was the first year, so we had another year there. So
Ty Nurse.
Ty Nurse.
We gotta give Ty Nurse his shout out. Give Ty Nurse his flowers. A Canadian coming in.
Definitely.
Played high major ball at Texas Tech. He had everybody on him. Crichton. I mean, you name it, he had offers from and all that. So
that's for sure.
Guys like that, and sorry if we missing you. We just got to move on. But no, that was a really special team there, and one that'll always be part of my memories.
I think we print our names out there, and those 2 years was special. Do not forget about our Coach
Oh yeah,
Hodge.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Of
know, which
course.
that man was amazing, man.
Right,
He
right.
taught us a lot of things about life
Yeah,
and basketball also, of course, but the life lesson thing is what really I think made us what we are now,
absolutely.
because we use that as a motivation, as a guideline to go, to our next moves.
Right.
So yeah, I wanna give him a shout out because
Yeah.
that man was really important in my life.
Yeah,
Like,
I learned a lot from Coach Hodge,
yeah,
especially in what I do now in business and everything like that. A lot of
definitely.
his analogies, who do you really
Hmm.
want to go to war with you in the trenches?
Exactly.
All that type of stuff. Like we were talking about the other day, where it's even, if you can get three guys to buy in on a
Hmm.
team, to
That's
be
it.
fully bought into whatever you do, and from a leadership
Hmm.
standpoint, all the rest of the guys are either going to follow those three that'll lead them by the right
Yeah,
example, by what
exactly.
the coach wants to do,
Yep.
and the bad ones, well, in his case, he has no problem sending the most
Yeah.
superstar home
Yeah, he
for
doesn't.
real.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's what
Yeah,
that's what was beautiful about that.
yeah,
Because he didn't care about it. Was not our team. It was just like we had to be a team because we
right.
were all good.
Oh
Everybody
yeah,
was a talented player. Everybody was the man, the school where they came from.
right.
But we had to buy in the team thing. That's what made us good.
Yeah, yeah,
Because when you have that much talent players and they buy in what you do, that makes it even easier. It makes this team unbeatable, pretty much. So,
yeah. And when I left, of course, I signed Division I, Western Michigan.
mhm,
That second year, you guys went all the way to the championship.
we did. We went all the way. It was an amazing year. I
Yeah,
think we didn't lose a game or something like that the whole year.
right,
We went undefeated until the championship game.
right.
That was the only loss.
And also too, what people have to understand, because the JUCO, from my understanding, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of basketball
Mm,
anymore because the game looks different to me. The JUCO scene down there in that league, you know who we were playing against? Guys like Jay Crowder,
yes.
guys like Jimmy Butler.
Yes. I mean, people have to understand that Texas League is the best junior college league in the country.
Yeah,
Hands down. All the top guys that went to junior college went to their league.
right.
Like you named it.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, that we actually play against.
right. Yeah, Jay
He
was
was
a dog. We
yeah,
knew Jay
he
was
was
special when
he
we was playing against.
he was because there was no way that first year the team would have beat the team we had.
Yeah,
We was too powerful, too strong, and had a way deeper bench than them, and they still find a way to beat us with
right.
that one guy.
One guy,
Jay
one guy.
Crowder. I mean, that
Yeah.
was he was a special player for
And he
me.
went on to Marquette, of course, and played with Jimmy, and
Mm-hmm.
of course it's that pipeline, of
Of
course, up
course.
from that JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
But after
Yeah,
that, you guys went to the championship and played against like Pierre Jackson,
definitely.
and
Special talent too.
yeah, yeah,
Crazy. That man just beat us by himself, pretty much.
right,
Because that team, there was no way they would beat us again. It was the same scenario, but that
yeah,
one hurt more because it's for the chip, and you didn't lose a game the whole year.
hmm
And you get out there, you got all the
You
confidence in
guys
the
went
world.
undefeated that second year.
Yeah, we went undefeated. We didn't
Oh
lose no
wow,
game. It was crazy. It
wow,
was number one from the first day preseason till
yeah,
the end, and it was a special year. But he was unstoppable that day. He had the best day of his career, and they got the chip, and congratulations to them. But
right,
but that one hurt a lot because we really wanted to bring that home. So
yeah.
yeah.
So moving on from the Midland days, of course, I moved on to Western,
Hmm.
graduated and everything like that, and you signed with Gonzaga,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, just say the name, and Gonzaga has had that legacy of a top 5 team, top 10 team for a long time
Oh
with Mark
yeah.
Few and everybody. What went into your decision kind of going there?
Um. Well, it was a hard decision, to be honest, because UTEP. First of all, you had what was this school? I forget the name. Well, you had UTEP, which is in Texas out there, and the head coach happened to be Tim Floyd, which was the head
Yeah,
coach of USC when I actually wanted to go there. So he
Right.
was recruiting me already out of high school
Got you. Got you.
and kept following me a little bit, So when he knew that I had to make my decision, he flew in himself.
Yeah.
And Coach Hodge called me. He was like, "There's somebody in the office that want to talk to you."
Yeah.
I get in there, I see this man. I'm like, "What? Is this Tim Floyd right here in the
Right.
office in Midland?"
Yeah.
And he sat down and talked to me. And I really loved that coach because I really wanted to play for him
Yeah.
because I knew what he did with a lot of guys like Nick Young, out here in LA.
Right.
He really
Right.
developed a lot of guys that people didn't believe in them, really,
Right.
So I saw the job that he did, so I really wanted to play for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But UTEP really wasn't. I went to JUCO. I'm
Yeah.
like, I got 2 years left, man.
Right.
I can't go to a mid-major school. I need visibility. I need to be out there. I need to show everybody that I can hoop and I can play. It gives me the best chance to go to the league. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So it was that school, and you also had I can't remember the name. Oh my God.
You had Utah State on you. You had.
I had a lot of school, but
Yeah.
it was a particular school that I wanted to talk about it because Coach Hadge actually would have got a job there if I signed there.
Wichita State.
Wichita State. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. So he would have had the job there if I signed there. But at the end of the day, he told me, it's not about me. It's about you.
Yeah.
Make a decision that he's going to be fine anyways. And
Right.
it happened to be that he signed right away to Colorado State.
Yeah. Colorado State. I
Yeah,
think it
right
was. He
after
moved
that,
on
yeah.
too. Yeah.
So I end up going to Gonzaga because on my visit there, it was amazing because Gonzaga is really known for all these foreign players they have
Yeah.
there.
I was gonna ask you about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So I get there and I see all these guys from everywhere. Germany, you had 2 guys from Germany, 1 guy from France already, and all these Canadian guys.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
We maybe we name them later, but and I'm like, okay, I'm home here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
of
no
course.
way. Like I had a visit the next week to Tennessee and Miami. I just canceled everything.
All the heavy hitters, by the way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I canceled. I'm like, there's no way. Like,
Yeah.
I like the school. You know?
Yeah.
I like the vibe. It's not a big school. People don't really know where it is.
Right.
It's a small private Catholic school, but the basketball program is obviously one of the best in the
course.
country. So,
Of course.
so yeah, after my visit, I'm like, yeah, I'm signing.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. So,
Yeah. I remember, and then you played with some great guys at Gonzaga too. I
Yeah.
mean, like guys like Rob Sacre, who I got a lot of respect for, big man who was playing for the Lakers at one time and
Yeah.
all that. I like Sam Dower,
Definitely.
all
Really
them,
good.
and
Yeah.
and of course Little Stockton was there too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Who else was there too? I think Kelly Olynyk
Kelly
was there.
Olynyk, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Kelly Olynyk. We have Kevin Pangos. There's now
Pangos. Yeah.
with the Cleveland Cavaliers now. Who else we had? Elias Aris,
Yeah.
which he had a tryout with the Lakers and end up having a great career in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That team was pretty stacked. Gary Bell, which was really a good, strong guard. Play overseas a little bit. Now
Yeah.
he's in the coaching staff of
Gotcha.
Gonzaga. So
Oh, is he really?
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I remember him. He was tough.
really tough.
He was
tough, bully.
Yeah,
hard,
I like those. He's guard. Yeah, he's
exactly.
yeah.
He was
I like
really
those
good.
tough guy
Yeah.
guards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
That you hate to play against, but love to play
'cause
with.
they'll always be on you. Really good defender too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it was quite of a great experience.
The fun part of it now is now that we're in the part of the story where Guy is at Gonzaga and I'm in my second year at Western, and we fly across the country to play Gonzaga. And I'm just gonna put it out there. It was my last time ever drinking alcohol because we played the game. Of course,
God.
Western took an L because it was we had a lot of deficiencies that started off with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And of course, we're playing Gonzaga. And of course, I know my man.
Yeah.
and I got my homies with me and everything like that. He calls me and says, "We going out tonight."
Definitely, man. I had to show you a good time in my city,
And he said, "Don't worry about it because the bar's on us tonight. And when you're a broke college student, like I was at the time, everything just tastes better when it's free.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Even for us too.
You know, like everything just tastes better when it's free.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be the wrong situation where the bar was an open bar that night. And I got to throwing them back, and you know, everything was you know, a blur after that for the most part. But that was the longest, I think, flight home, like a 10-hour flight, because we had to stop in Vegas on the way back and everything.
Man.
But that was a wild night I had with the Gonzaga Bulldogs, man.
No, it was one of them in the book. You know what I mean? It was really fun. You know, having my guy in town and stuff. I had to, you know, show him a good time. You know. I think it was Saturday.
It was a Saturday. Yeah.
So everybody, we were off the next day. So, you know, playing in Gonzaga, we like kings out there. Like everywhere we go, everything's free.
Real.
So, you know, I take him to this little, it's called the Marquee, I think, the bar club, Marquee Club. So it was like our spot. We used to go there a lot. So. And then like we knew the owner and stuff like that, so everything was pretty much free for us, you know.
Right.
So we got some drinks, and yeah, that was it. We won't get in detail. That was it. You know?
I remember I stumbled down to the team breakfast the next morning, man. I was like, bro, what happened? I was like, I ain't even go to sleep, man.
I can imagine, man.
But no, that was cool, man, because I got to meet also and talk to, you know, guys like I think maybe Rob was there, Dawa was there, you know, a bunch of those other cats was there, and they were all mad cool.
Definitely.
Good dudes, focused dudes, you know, and all that. But Spokane, Washington is fun, man.
It's fun. I mean, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's the second largest city in the state of Washington.
Yeah.
After Seattle, you know, so it has this like the valley that goes with, so it's a little large city. So and it's fun. It's fun, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's not LA or anything like that.
Right.
It's not the same vibe, and it's different. It has its own vibe, but it's really, really fun. You know, and those people that love Gonzaga, they love the program, they support us like crazy.
Right.
So it's really tough for teams to come out there and win a game because all
that arena's loud, man.
It's crazy.
It's an NBA. It's an NBA type game you playing when you play against Gonzaga.
It's even louder because you got 2,000-3,000 students out there right next to the floor yelling the whole game, and you know, so yeah, that was.
And two, it's like Gonzaga, from my understanding, doesn't have a football team. Right?
No, we don't.
So I mean, the focus is bad. There's no NBA team like that there. There's really no NBA team in Seattle, right? So
Seattle
everybody
moved,
there is a fan of the college team. Exactly. So it makes it even, you know, cooler to go to school like that.
It does.
You know.
You know, I can see all the schools that have football team and stuff, and I know. America is a football country,
right?
Really, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
But so football always gonna be like a really big part of a school program. You know, anything, even as far as financially and stuff like that. There's a lot of money, and the boosters, they have to give money to the football team, and so there's a lot of sharing between two programs. You know, so the fact that we don't have that team, we don't have that out there in Gonzaga. So those boosters, they really help the program develop, you know.
Right.
They'll help we got a new arena, a new practice facility, you know, stuff like that. So put us in the best situation to go out there and win games away, you know, flying private and stuff like that, which is every game, you know, we flew private, and that was crazy.
Yeah. You guys had your own jet?
Yeah, we
traveling like NBA team.
It was crazy. They really put you in the NBA setup, really, though, to be honest. So.
I never understood why they said like Gonzaga was considered mid-major or anything like that. Like even like a team like Wichita State, I always looked at those guys as being a high major type of pro. I never understood that.
I'll tell you, because those teams are in the mid-major conference.
Okay, got you.
You know what I mean?
Got you.
So you have like teams like Gonzaga, or like you said, Wichita State. All those teams, they're high major school. Those teams went to Final Fours. They go to Final Fours. They're top 10 teams every year. But because they're in the mid-major conference, so people say, okay, it's a mid-major school, you know. but it's not really, to be honest, because all this high major school coming in and we bust their butt. We go into their
Of
place, we
course.
beat them,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Did you play I mean, I know it's probably a yes, because I did myself too. Played at Duke, played at North Carolina and
We
all them. But you guys are actually, within a 10-point game with them, 5-point game, probably take
yeah.
them down to the wire. Where's one of the coolest places that you played at, you think?
To be honest, in Butler.
And where?
Butler,
Oh, Butler. Oh
Butler
yeah, of
University. It
course.
was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Right.
That's the thing though. You do not expect their environment to be like that
Yeah.
because it's a small school out there. What is it, in Oklahoma? Where is Butler?
Indiana. Yeah,
Indiana.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry. So yeah. So you think it okay? It's Butler. I mean, they were good. They were
Yeah.
good. They had some good players, but they weren't like that. So you going out there, you think you're gonna beat this team easy, and then they're just like us. Their
Right.
fan base is crazy,
Loud in that arena
loud,
too.
like really, really. It's probably like the loudest gym I played in.
Yeah.
And we went out there in Oklahoma State, played against Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
We went to Xavier. We played against a lot of good players.
Look, I played at Xavier too.
Xavier was
I
nice.
played against Mark Lyons,
Lions, yeah.
and
We
two
did.
Holloway
Yeah,
out there.
exactly. We played against them too.
That arena is loud.
Yeah, it's like, and those two guards was a problem, Those them two guys was a problem. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, and Butler was really, because it was a nationalized televised game on ESPN, I think, at that time. So yeah, it was really loud, and then we end up losing that game because of that.
Right.
Not because they were better than us, it's just because the fan base and the help of the fans and gym being so loud. It just
Yeah.
break all your plays, like all your system, all your game plans. You guys cannot communicate.
Right.
You call the play, one understand this, the other one understand that. So
Yeah.
it's so much confusing. So yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. What was players when we played back in the day, man? Who was tough to you? Like what?
Like player we play against?
Yeah. Who'd you play against that you thought was tough?
Drew Holiday, to be honest.
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
And I picked that in college.
Yeah.
I mean, high school, sorry. Drew Holiday, when I moved out here in LA, because all this DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, James Harden.
Right. James was out here when you were here.
I play against all these guys out here.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are my friends now. So it's crazy because Drew Holiday was the only guy, and I was like, wow, this dude is really good.
Yeah.
Like, because I was in Europe, I was practicing with the professional team. So
Right.
I was already with grown man, playing with grown man.
Yeah.
So this high school kid didn't really impress me like that. So I'm
Right,
like, okay,
right.
they're good, they're talented, but
Yeah.
when you being around professional guys every day out there in Europe, it's hard for a high school guy to impress you right there. So
Yeah.
but Drew Holiday actually impressed me.
Yeah,
Like I was
yeah,
like, wow, this dude is really tall, point guard, left hand. He's actually a right hand, but he do everything with the left hand. It's crazy.
Right.
So and really understand the game, passing, scoring, defense. It was already complete in high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he did one and done actually. So
Yeah.
he went to college because with the rules now, you have to do one at least in college. So yeah, that was actually the guy that I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But
Remember.
like the other guys was really good too. DeMar DeRozan, very athletic. I was like, wow, this dude.
Right.
And going to the USC game, UCLA game, see Russell Westbrook and those Kevin Love,
Kevin Love, yeah, all that.
and the USC, who you had, OJ Mayo at the time.
Right, yeah, that's
Daniel
true.
Hackett. They had like a crazy team out there
Yeah.
too. So that was LA basketball, college basketball was really fun at that time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
Going into you professionally and bouncing around overseas and everything like that, what are some things that, the guys these days, as a vet now,
Mhm.
might look at these guys coming into leagues like that, say they don't get it, or this guy's ready, or this guy's not ready. What are some of the trends you're seeing now with guys? Are they pretty much focused coming in, or you got to pull them to the side and kind of say, look, young dog, this is what it takes to be
Mhm.
successful, because I've been here for years.
You do. I mean,
Yeah.
you do. A lot of these guys I play with, I always have to talk to them like I'm their fucking coach, you know. So
Right.
and because they don't understand that, like me, I didn't have somebody around me to actually guide me,
Yeah.
you know, the proper way for any decision I made was my decision, you know.
Right.
I didn't have anybody in my family that was an athlete before. I'm the first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the first professional athlete, and you know, hopefully my kids, I will help them, you know, make the best decision possible because I've been there, you know.
Right.
So yeah, those guys in my team, yeah, I had to tell them, yo, you think you have time, you think you have time, you think you're young, you think you're young, but you're not. This
Yeah.
years goes like this.
Yeah.
Get better now.
Yeah.
Work on your stuff, work on your craft, be in the gym, be focused. If you really want to make money doing this, there's a lot of money in Europe too. That's what
Right.
people don't understand. Okay,
Right.
the NBA is cool, but there's a lot of money in Europe now. Guys makes a lot of money playing basketball. So
Have you seen? I think that I haven't kept up on the Euro League and everything like that, but I feel like basketball has gotten to be even more of an international game now, and even, you know, even expanded out even more. Have you noticed a lot of expansion out there and development of just basketball since you've been kind of bouncing around or whatnot out there?
Yeah. Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, and that demonstrated by you see in the league now, the best player in the league is from Greece.
From Greece.
And
Yeah.
one of the today in a NBA first team, you have 3 Europeans.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
In the NBA first team, you have Luka Doncic, Jokic,
Yeah.
and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
So you have 3 European guys in the first NBA team today. That says a lot.
Right.
That answer, you know, pretty much your question. So basketball is so international now, you know.
Yeah.
Those guys out there, you know, they want to go to the NBA. These young kids out there, they want to make it because they know it's possible now.
Yeah.
You could actually, you don't have to move out here, play high school ball here like we did back then. Now these kids, they can stay out there.
Right.
And you got NBA scouts everywhere. Social media is out there. That they can get seen, you know.
Right. Yeah.
All I gotta do is do crazy action. They go viral, and
Yeah.
scouts will fly just for that,
For
just
real.
to see them play, you
Yeah.
know. And there's a lot of talent. Guys love the game more. You know, the game's very, you know, it's very popular in Europe now too. So
Yeah.
that's why you see those many guys being drafted from Europe to come play now here.
I think that's a hell of a point that you just made with social media now, because I come from the era where there was virtually no social media. There wasn't Twitter like that. I came from the Twitter was starting off when we were, really it's like now it's like, man,
Crazy.
You could really get seen now. And of course you want to be a guy with good highlights. I feel like a lot of these kids now, they look good on the highlights.
They do.
But you know, but that at least can draw that attention to you to say, hey, look, is he really good or not? I wish I had that back in the day.
Exactly.
You kind of came, well, I wouldn't even say that really. I mean, like hoop mixtape and stuff like that.
It was
You really had to,
off, you know?
they were just starting off, and it wasn't like,
It
you
wasn't
know,
that big like that.
YouTube really wasn't even big like that when we were playing, for real. And I remember you can look back at one of my YouTube channels. I was one of the first guys putting his basketball highlights in high school on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
That's how Coach Hodge found me.
Oh,
He's
for
like,
real?
send me a DVD. I said, no, go to YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You was already.
I was
You know,
already on that wave. Yeah. So I said,
crazy.
no, go to
Yeah.
YouTube.
He
And he
probably
was like,
oh,
yeah, all right. You know, and that's how he kind
That's
of
good,
found me
man.
a little bit. Of course, through connections too. But yeah, man, that's crazy. But just seeing how far it's come along and how social media and basketball now is for real, like, you know, it helps guys out. It makes the game better.
It makes the game better. It makes the coaches and scouts and actually give a shot to everybody, pretty
Right.
much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And back then it was just guys out here in high school and stuff like that. Scouts didn't even know their way out there in Europe.
Right.
Now they can go anywhere.
Yeah.
They know, you know, they know Europe
Yeah.
like they know America now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So the social media thing was really like a big thing for these kids, you know. Like now you see highlights every 2 seconds. You
Right.
scroll down your Instagram or whatever. So yeah.
How you like talk about being from you know, Paris and everything like that, and
Mm,
being from France. I mean, I haven't, of course I was in my plans, and of course everybody gives
yeah,
the excuse, and then
of
COVID
course.
happened and everything like that. I was on a roll traveling. I was going to Dubai, everything
Yeah,
like
you
that,
were actually
and
traveling, yeah.
Maldives and everything. And I was like, I want to go explore Europe next.
Hmm.
Travel, you know, ban, restriction,
Yeah, it
you
was,
know,
yeah,
and of course Europe locked down as we did too.
yeah, definitely.
But it's wild out there from what I understand. I mean, you got the soccer players rolling around like gods,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
you have to know soccer is like the first sports in Europe.
Right.
This is always going to be there.
Yeah.
Basketball find its way here and there, but you know, it's soccer is always going to be
Yeah.
number one. That's for sure. So they're like the NBA guys,
Right.
you know,
Right.
from
Right.
here to
Right. For
there, you know.
real. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
they're making a lot of money, way more than basketball, you know. And yeah, the COVID stuff, you know, it kind of hit everybody, you
Hmm.
know. Everybody wasn't expecting that. But now it's reopened, and I think you should really, you know, should go out there and
Yeah.
take a look. And I'll be happy to have you around, bro.
Of
You
course,
already
man. You know,
know,
I'm gonna
my
give you a
brother.
call, man, for
Yes,
real.
sir.
um, yeah, man. I think that's just about pretty much everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think me and you both have played with some real special guys.
Mm,
You know, you my friend, like I said before, you coming around here. I see you a seasonal guy because he's about his grind and everything
you
like
have
that.
to, man.
But you know, thanks for coming by, of course, you know, stopping in, tapping in with me,
No
staying with me,
problem, man.
everything like that. You know, my door's always open to you and everything.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate having me out here, and it was really good to, you know, go back a little bit and see one of this fun time we had back in the day.
Of
So
course,
it's
man.
always a great
We're
time,
gonna
man.
keep it, we're gonna keep it rolling. And of course, I always award not a guest with the
Mm,
stamp.
yes, sir.
You know, Guy Landry is stamped. He got the hat on now, but of course, he official. He legit bag records. He legit bag podcasts. He
You
legit bag
know, we
everything
out
now,
here,
man, for
man.
real.
Yeah, as long as I can support my boy, you know, I always will, you
Yeah.
know.
What you
So
think of the label, man? You know me, I've always been into the music and everything
yeah,
like that. I'm kind of living out my dream and all that.
I think it's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
It's something, if you're passionate of something, you have to go with. You know, you
Yeah.
have to go for, you know. And that's what you're doing now, and that's
Yeah.
great, man. You know, you living up what you always wanted to do. Of
So,
course, it's not going to be easy like
no,
anything
no, it
else,
ain't
but
easy.
it's not, you know, but like
Nah.
anything else, though, nothing is easy,
It's
bro.
like basketball with you. You know, you do something you love. It don't even
Exactly,
seem like work.
exactly. You know,
And
that's the thing. Yeah,
you,
that's the beauty of it.
you know, one thing about me is I think my heart was in it to a certain extent because I don't think
Hmm.
I could raise my hand and at the end of when I started playing and to say I want to keep on playing professional because I'll be the
Okay.
first one to be honest with myself and say I'm not doing the professional basketball type of qualities.
Okay.
You got to love getting in the gym, of
Yeah.
course. You got to love getting into the weight room.
Yeah.
You know, you got to love being in shape 24/7,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, and that's got to be your lifestyle. You know, of course,
Yeah, you're
I was kind of
sleeping, you're
just like, man,
eating, you're drinking, everything is
I don't
counting,
know
you know?
about I don't know about drinking.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what. When you either you're on vacation, you know, but
Yeah,
when you're in the season, you have to know you're like in a routine. Like
right,
you can't really do crazy stuff
right, right,
because
right.
you only like now at my age, if I get really a night where I drink, I need about 2 days to recover, and I
Right,
only have one day off. You know,
right. Yeah,
so
it don't make
I
any
can't
sense.
do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I do it time to time here with the boys, and we have after a big win, you know, we go out and stuff like that. But you are in a routine. You're in a routine. You have to eat right. You have to sleep right. You
Yeah,
know, you have to be able to go to the gym twice a day. You know, sometimes we have two practice in the day. You know, be focused, and
right,
then
right, right.
when the season's over, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Just like me
100%.
right now, I'm on vacation out here, you know, traveling a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you tapping in on the show and all that, and you know, glad to have you out here. I think you're on your way out of town pretty much after this weekend,
Yeah.
going touring a little bit of Miami and everything, and bouncing back, and it's kind of back to work from there, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because we have the national team going on, doing the World Cup qualifier. So at
we
the
we
end
forgot to talk about that. So let's
yeah,
get into that a little
okay.
bit. So you play professionally,
Hmm.
you know, but you're also part of
The national
the
team.
Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
correct? Which is where you're originally
Original
from,
from there you go.
correct?
Yeah. I was
And
born there actually. Yeah.
tell the people where exactly that is who might not know.
Okay. Ivory Coast is in the West Africa, right? It's right next to Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, all that stuff. It's really on the same. I think those three countries are aligned to each other. So,
Got you.
um, yeah, I was. My dad was kind of like a military, uh, in the politics. Let's say that, and met my mom in France. So
Oh, okay. Your
yeah,
mom is
yeah.
French.
So he wanted me to be born there. So we went there and they got me and we came back, So and I got the passport from there. So being young, I played for the French national team. But after 18, you can actually ask, you can go play, with if you have two passport, of course.
Where your
Yeah.
origin
With the
is.
origin,
Yeah.
with the other passport. If you
Yeah.
never play like a major competition with the French national team. So,
Yeah.
and I did. I was like, that team was going to the World Cup in 2010, and they called me. They're like, "Hey, we're going to the World Cup. You want to come?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
So I think I was in Midland.
Yeah.
Coach Hodge was really scared that I wasn't gonna come back
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I had a really good World Cup.
Yeah.
I was really so he was afraid that a team out here try to sign me.
Right.
I declared for the league. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm finishing up school.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to. So
And you
so,
said you got your degree from Gonzaga too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you graduated and
Oh yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of guys don't realize how
Yeah,
important that is
it's
too.
important because basketball is only temporary.
Yeah.
You have to know that, and you don't even know if you're gonna make it to a professional, and if you do, how long you gonna play
Right.
professional?
Right.
You
Right.
don't know the injuries, then and the luck, because sometimes you have no luck. You might be really good, but you can't find a job.
Right.
There's so many guys on the market. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
100%.
hard.
100%.
There's so many
100%.
guys, so many players, so many talented players, everything. So
Yeah.
I got the chance to do that. So with the national team now, we try to qualify for the World Cup, 2023. So we have this window they call FIBA window. We play 3 games in 3 days, and I have to get on that grind too. And then
Yeah.
after that, I'm gonna have some more days off. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I'm gonna be watching, man. So you're gonna be competing for the qualifier to the World Cup, correct?
yes, exactly.
Got you.
Qualify,
Got
try to
you.
make it to the World Cup.
That's dope. Which is the
European,
highest you can go,
yeah,
for real. Like
yeah.
it is like
But
to
it's
be
the highest
recognized by
level,
your
yeah.
country
Yeah,
to say, represent us, play for us.
definitely.
You're the best. We feel as if in our eyes we have the best shot to work with
Mhm.
you, and you putting in work for them.
Yeah, it's actually it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's
Yeah.
the pride. You have to be proud doing that because you don't have like only fans, like only few fans of a city that like you.
Right.
You have the whole country,
country.
supporting you.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's on another level, and we experienced that last summer when we finished second. We have the silver medal in our African FIBA championship.
Wow.
And the feedback that we got when we went back home, it was crazy. It was like we won the thing.
Really?
Yeah, we was all like so mad because we lost by 3 points. We tried to get that crown back home, but when we got there, you saw like because it's a soccer country.
Yeah.
People don't really
Yeah.
play basketball like that over there. But the fan, it was crazy. Like we saw that everybody came picked us up at the airport with thousands of fans following the bus going back to like we won the thing. And you see the prime minister receiving us, those
Wow.
ministers receiving us. It was amazing, man.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow.
So
I can only imagine.
it gives us this vibe to keep going.
Yeah.
Give these people happiness, because in West Africa is always politicians, wars and stuff like that. So sports is the thing that bring everybody together.
Yeah.
So,
It does. They do.
and if we can keep doing that, it'll be amazing.
That's awesome, man. Well,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man, wrapping it up and all that. Appreciate you coming by.
Thanks, my man.
Salute. We always salute the real now. That's the slogan. Tap in on legitbagrecords.com, Shopify, everything to get some gear, everything like that. If you like what I got on, Guy got on, you know, you can go grab that on there and everything.
It
That's the
fits
new grind.
really nice too. I'm telling you,
I
you will get
appreciate
yours.
Hey, man, appreciate you tapping in, man. Good luck on the Ivory Coast and everything
Always,
like
bro.
that.
Appreciate that,
And
my man.
the rest of your career, we want to get you back here to the States, do some coaching,
Yes,
do something, whatever
yeah,
it is,
definitely. You know, we'll see what doors open after my career.
Cool, man.
You know.